In today's news, Bitcoin spot ETF just broke an all-time high record today at $2.4 billion. This comes from Bloomberg, and this is very big news because the ETFs were recently approved a little over a month ago, showcasing that things are quickly speeding up and getting bigger in size. But that is not all. Bloomberg also have predicted that the Bitcoin spot ETFs could surpass gold ETFs in assets under management, or AUM, in less than 2 years' time. Don't overlook how big this prediction, this announcement is. This is why I believe it is imperative you need to start researching into cryptocurrencies, assets like XRP as well, because this is the year that everything changes, and XRP are building the financial infrastructure, changing it as we know it. So to prove it to you, I want to highlight this post here from the Digital Asset Investor. We have a recording with Robbie Mitchnick. Note, he is an ex-Ripple employee, which is very important. He is also the only person to do an XRP valuation model, and he left Ripple to become the head of digital assets at Blackrock. So he therefore is an institutionally important person, and he has now joined the largest financial asset manager in the world, directing them and telling them how to navigate this new financial change that we are undergoing. So as I'm about to play this recording, pay attention very closely, because he provides all the answers to arguably the most prominent question, which is why should you look towards and research towards cryptocurrencies?
Digital assets as the starting point is the umbrella term for this space. And everything in digital assets is enabled by blockchain as the underlying technology. So when we think about digital assets, I think the best way to think of its significance is with an analogy to the internet. That is that digital assets through blockchain makes possible for the movement of value what the internet did for the movement of data multiple decades ago. A global, decentralized, accessible, real-time network.
So I'm going to quickly stop the recording there. The first part I want to highlight is that Robbie Mitchnick stated digital assets is the starting point of this space enabled by blockchain, and digital assets through blockchain allows the movement of value, the same way the internet allows the movement of information. So this is a pivotal moment in our history. Blockchain technology is the future of our financial ecosystem. But then I guess the next question is, what are digital assets, which he highlights again and speaks about in this recording. Pay attention.
One is crypto, the most famous, generates a lot of the headlines, where you have 10,000 plus different crypto assets today, of which Bitcoin is the original and remains today by far the largest, with a striking share of that market cap north of 50%. The second bucket, stablecoins, where you take the properties of digital assets of crypto in terms of ability to send them anywhere in the world in near real time at near zero cost in a digitally native, transparent way, and strip out some of the intrinsic volatility that exists today for crypto assets to make them more useful as a payment asset. And the third bucket, tokenized assets, the idea is you're taking real world assets or financial assets and you're issuing the ownership record of those on a blockchain in digitally native format.
So he explains here the 3 subcategories for digital assets, being crypto, stablecoins, and tokenized assets. Now I want to highlight the last one in particular most importantly. The reason why is because tokenized assets effectively are what NFTs are, or what were meant to be. We can see in this post from XRP Daily that in this interview with ex-Ripple employee who's now the CEO of Crystal, Navin Gupta, NFTs were a great alpha test to what actually matters, which brings us on to the next big phase, which is tokenization of real world assets.
Right. We're going to see a lot of, evolutions. We've already proven, a tokenized JPEG, that of the concept of digital scarcity can be worth tens of millions of dollars and hold the value and be able to trade as a financial instrument. Whether that's legal or even anyone cares. It's a great alpha test to showcase. Now we're ready to start beta testing, what we're talking about today, which is real world assets, real title, and start moving from, millions and billions to hundreds of trillions of dollars into blockchain technology.
100%. Couldn't agree more.
Now, the reason I want to highlight this video is because I want to make it known to you that things have been in motion, therefore, for a very long time. NFTs came out quite a while back now. So when you understand that tokenization has been the plan for a very long time, then you've got to understand why it is so important that Ripple and XRP is the foundation of this change. Here we can see from Chad, tokenization of real-world assets on the XRP ledger. Zonix and Ripple recent partnership to bring multi-asset tokenization onto the XRP ledger. Ripple and XRP have been building the foundation for 10 plus years now, forming partnerships to lead to this stage where everything will be tokenized and run through the XRP ledger. Ripple and the XRP ledger utilize XRP as a form of currency. Therefore, if everything is tokenized and run through the XRP ledger, XRP will be used to help as a form of payment of transaction for the tokenized assets. But we are not done there, because I want to provide further evidence for you on why cryptocurrencies are so very important. Again, going back to Robbie Mitchnick, he talks next about blockchain technology.
So Bitcoin, why is it significant? I think it's a really complex question that's not well understood. The way to think about it is in three components, three problems that it solves, which are centuries-old problems. And the first is payments, and particularly cross-border payments, or moving money across political jurisdictions. Significant fees and time delays and frictions. The introduction of Bitcoin and digital assets, this idea of being able to move a digitally native asset globally across borders in near real time at near zero cost, that's an amazing breakthrough. The second piece is when we think about the predominant form that money lives in today. Now, for most of our history, money was either a commodity itself or coinage that had a linkage to commodity, whether directly or through convertibility. Today, the predominant form of money is as government-issued fiat currency. And that has all kinds of benefits in terms of efficiency to settle transactions at scale in digital format. But what it doesn't have is security against arbitrary supply increases. And so what we've seen throughout much of modern history is when fiscal challenges arise in a given country, there's this temptation to increase the supply, debase currency, and ultimately create inflation. And then finally, the ability for the first time to have an asset that is truly global, that anyone with a mobile phone and internet connection can tap into. There's people who have mobile phones but don't have bank accounts. So this asset and the new access to financial opportunities that it creates in a permissionless way is really a significant breakthrough.
So you're saying that crypto, and you use Bitcoin as the prominent example, is modernizing the financial system. It's making it easier for cross-border payments and is making people think about the currency that they have in their pocket, that fiat currency, those bills, are not fixed in supply. They can increase in supply. And in fact, we saw central bank responses over the course of many years do that in response to crises, whereas cryptocurrencies are more fixed in supply and therefore have a purchasing power that perhaps is more valuable.
So now you hear how important blockchain technology is right now, and they're incorporating it into this new financial ecosystem. The fact that blockchain is very efficient, the fact that banks can't print more money, which has resulted in the current crisis we are in right now. Inflation has caused a crisis. But with cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, XRP, whatever it may be, there's a finite supply of that token. So you can't print more when you need more. The price of that asset will have to increase in value. Not to mention the other massive benefits he highlights from blockchain as well. But ultimately, blockchain technology is modernizing our financial ecosystem. And blockchain technology is the future of our financial ecosystem. We are now undergoing a 10-year transformation. So we are now in 2024. By 2034, we should have completed this transformation. You are still very, very early. There's proof here from Cyprus that they're having closed-door meetings right now you will never hear about, where they're talking about building the invisible infrastructure of the new financial infrastructure. Realize that Ripple and XRP, with their partnerships, with their massive ex-Ripple members like Navin Gupta and Robbie Mitchnick, just how important Ripple and XRP is for this transformation, and why XRP will soar in value in the very near future. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, like, or speak. Good day and good night.